Welcome back, focused learners, to another explainer. Today, we're taking a direct, no-nonsense approach to mastering a super important topic. We have a fantastic visual journey ahead of us, and honestly, we are going to completely transform and level up your English vocabulary. If you've ever felt like your descriptions are just a bit, flat, or maybe your storytelling is lacking that dynamic punch, well, you are in the exact right place. We're looking at kinetic vocabulary today, specifically dynamic alternatives to one of the most overused verbs in the entire English language. Let's be totally honest with ourselves here. Have you been saying walk your whole life? It's the default, right? We walk to the store, we walk to the car, we walk away. But relying on this one basic, frankly boring verb is absolutely holding back your communication. Our source material today playfully challenges this lifelong reliance with a pretty massive dose of shock factor. It is definitely time to break out of the walk rut. Because get this, there are 22 incredible, dynamic, and highly descriptive ways to express that exact same concept. 22! By the end of this explainer, you're going to have a massive arsenal of kinetic verbs right at your disposal. This is a promise for an immediate level up in how you speak, how you write, and how you describe the world around you. Okay, let's dive into this. We're organizing these verbs logically into an intensity scale to make it easy to remember. We'll start with number 1, gentle movements. Then we'll step it up to number 2, moderate. And finally, number 3, strong. Starting us off with number 1, gentle intensity. Our first gentle word is stroll. Now, this is a completely relaxed and leisurely movement. Think of a pleasant, totally easy pace. Maybe your hands are in your pockets, you've got a relaxed smile on your face. A perfect example straight from our sources is a woman who simply loves to stroll through the park on Sundays. You don't just walk through a park on a beautiful sunny Sunday, you stroll, just soaking in the environment. Next up, we have amble. This is an easy walk with absolutely no hurry whatsoever. When you amble, you might even sway just a little bit from side to side. It's really the physical embodiment of having absolutely nowhere pressing to be. Imagine a couple who just had a huge lunch and they decide to amble along the riverbank all afternoon. Time just kind of stretches out and the movement is totally unhurried. Now, saunter adds a really fun bit of flavor to our gentle category. It's relaxed, sure, but with a very distinct layer of confidence. You might even have a bit of a confident smirk on your face when you saunter. Picture that person who is just incredibly cool under pressure. The guy who didn't just enter the room but sauntered in like he literally owned the place. It's a slow walk, but man, it commands absolute attention. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how we contrast two highly descriptive words that people actually confuse all the time, wander and meander. Let's look at the first concept. To wander is to move with no fixed direction, kind of like a tourist who wandered through a bustling market without a plan, just looking here and there. But to meander, that is to take a winding, curving, indirect path. We actually use this a lot for nature, like a river that meandered lazily through a green valley. So wandering is about a lack of a destination. Meandering is about the actual shape of the path. We are getting a lot quieter now with tiptoe. The movement here is highly specific. You're lifting your knees high and taking incredibly quiet steps on the very tips of your toes. You know exactly the scenario our source gives for this. A mother who tiptoed past the sleeping baby. It's a very gentle movement, but it requires careful, quiet, intense focus. And to close out our gentle category, we have pad. This is soft and completely soundless. The real secret to the word pad is that it implies bare feet or soft paws. You definitely don't pad in heavy winter boots. You use this when describing a cat that padded silently across the kitchen floor, or maybe a person walking barefoot in the middle of the night. Let's move to and see how this builds into number 2, moderate intensity. First up in this middle category is trudge. Honestly, just saying the word feels heavy, doesn't it? This is a slow, heavy, incredibly tired movement. Your shoulders are hunched forward, your feet are literally dragging. Our source gives a brilliantly relatable example here, a completely exhausted man who trudged home through the pouring rain after a brutal day at work. In sharp contrast to that, we have stride. Notice the energy shift here. Long, purposeful steps. When you stride, your chin is up, your posture is absolutely perfect, and you know exactly where you're going. You aren't just walking, you are projecting power. Think of a confident executive who strode into the meeting like an absolute boss, completely ready to take charge. Next is march. Now, this word has a very specific, strict, rhythmic cadence to it. It implies lifting your knees in perfect time, arms swinging in unison. It has a highly military feel to it for sure. You don't just randomly walk in a parade. It's like the soldiers in our source material, who marched in perfect, synchronized rhythm straight through the city square. Moving outdoors, we have hike. Now, this isn't just a walk in the park, because we already know that's a stroll. A hike implies a long distance, a natural environment, and a really good deal of physical effort. It's about strapping on a heavy backpack, feeling the burn in your legs, and really pushing yourself, like a group of friends who hike 10 kilometers uphill just to reach a hidden waterfall. Let's compare two vastly different movements right now. Shuffle is slow and tired. It's literally dragging your feet along the ground, barely lifting them at all, much like Grandpa shuffling slowly to the door in his slippers. But pacing? Pacing is completely fueled by high anxiety. It's walking back and forth, over and over, checking your watch. It's the nervous, frantic energy of a woman pacing a hospital corridor, desperately waiting for results. And this brilliantly illustrates our final, moderate intensity word, limp. The defining feature here is that it's an uneven walk directly caused by physical pain. One foot just cannot bear weight normally. Imagine watching a football match, and a star player gets tackled hard. He doesn't just walk off the pitch, he limps off the pitch after twisting his ankle. All right, kicking it into high gear with number 3, strong intensity. Bringing some real raw emotion to the table, we have stomp. These are heavy, loud, and angry steps. You're bringing your foot down with hard force, almost as if you're trying to crack the floorboards right beneath you. Think of a furious teenager having an argument. She didn't just leave. She stomped upstairs and slammed her bedroom door so hard the walls shook. Taking that anger to the absolute next level, we have storm. This is a walk in absolute unbridled fury. It's a charging, relentless energy with clenched fists and zero hesitation. Picture a tense negotiation that just completely breaks down. A man doesn't just exit the room, he stormed out of the meeting, vibrating with rage, and never came back. Our final comparison contrasts pure physical weight with massive ego. First, lumber. This is huge, heavy, and undeniably clumsy movement. It's a swinging, highly uncoordinated effort, like a giant or a massive bear lumbering heavily across the frozen ground. But contrast that with swagger. This is pure, unadulterated confidence. Wide arms, a huge grin, walking like you own literally everything the eye can see. Think of a rock star swaggering onto a massive stage to take the microphone just as the crowd absolutely erupts. So the crucial point is this ultimate vocabulary cheat sheet summarizing everything we've just covered. We've gone all the way from the gentle quiet of padding, right through the moderate effort of trudging, all the way up to the explosive power of swaggering. I highly, highly encourage you to take a mental snapshot of this framework right now, because this structure is exactly how you permanently level up your descriptive English. We've covered a ton of kinetic ground today, so I have to ask, which one are you? When you move through the world, do you saunter with confidence? Do you meander aimlessly, or do you stride purposefully towards your goals? The very next time you find yourself about to say you walked somewhere, stop. Actually stop and ask yourself, what story are your footsteps actually telling? Keep learning, keep exploring, and I'll catch you on the next explainer.